Love this bit right here. Shinowski writes, his image has taken a bit of a hit with the perception that he's not willing to get back on the court and trying to help a team that has been demisiated by injuries. Decimated. Wow, that was so. Yeah.
It's okay.
I knew what you were talking about.
Only Derrick Rose knows how he feels, and it's time that he shares that information with his loyal fans. And that's really what it is. People want to know what's going on. You know, they want to know why is he not out there, and the people that aren't making excuses for him.
But here's the thing: the burning,
Listen,
the burning hamstrings. By
shocked.
the way, it said it comes from after he has those 5-on-5 practices. That kind of that makes sense, doesn't it? Though
it makes a lot of sense.
The amount of physical activity that you have not. I mean, obviously rehabbing is one thing, but getting that physical activity in game is different.
If I ran
so
a
if you've got
5-on-5
burning hamstrings, is that so unusual?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, it's
it's
not.
getting to the point where it's becoming a little too somatic for me. It really is.
I think overall, from the Bulls to the Bulls camp to Derrick Rose camp, this is getting out of control now.
It's out of control.
It's out of control. This is bad PR on both sides. This is something that should have never really came out. If that leak or the source that even got, that should have never got out.
And that gets me to my next point. Like, who was the one that put this out? Like, where did this come from? Did this come from somebody within the Bulls organization?
And you know
that decided to say something about this?
How it was reported to me from the sources close to the organization is this really didn't become a relevant conversation until really after the Reggie Rose comments. And all of a sudden, this bit of information, which I'm sure has probably been out there, all of a sudden seeps out, obviously gets into my hands, which I can firmly appreciate because I speculated about it all along.
Right.
But notice the timing of it. It didn't come out until after Reggie Rose expressed what he felt the organization was not doing to get better in Derrick's absence. And if you remember, Reggie Rose is Derrick's brother as well as his manager. And then all of a sudden, boom, information starts to come out.
So let me put some words in your mouth. You're saying that the Bulls were upset about Reggie Rose talking, so they decided to put this information out themselves and give it to a quote-unquote unnamed source. And then we spread it amongst the masses.
Wow.
Is it possible? I'm just saying, I just think the timing is rather uncanny if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really uncanny. It was not very favorable things that Reggie made, the comments he made. I mean, I'm not going to say there wasn't some truth into what he said, but at the same time, as an organization has really invested in Derrick Rose as being that franchise player, I don't think they appreciated that rhetoric that was going on as if they weren't doing enough. Like we said, they offloaded a lot of players to kind of start clearing up cap space. Is it the most rigorous stuff they could have done? Probably not. But I think at this point, and we talked about this, I don't think the Bulls maybe have a definite idea and what direction they want to go.
They don't know what the hell they're doing.
I think honestly, there's a confusion point because Faruq, if I understood what you were saying before we went to break, there was a moment in time when I looked at this Bulls team last year before Derrick's injury and felt they really could be contenders. Maybe get that one missing component. I'm not saying they could breeze through Miami, but if they got the right component, they could go at least toe-to-toe. I look at what's there now and I say, absolutely not. I don't even feel they're even remotely a good contender in the East, even with a Derrick Rose.
Now, with your theory, I'm going to say a theory right now, Faruq, that burns me even more as a Bulls fan, looking at the organization like that. On top of it, paying a luxury tax on a team that isn't worth nothing, and you haven't brought the right pieces in, as you said, Maya, to make you a contender. So, on the part of you being a bad GM, Garpax, I'm gonna put it out there. Now the organization is going to put this out there to, if you want to say, light a fire up under Derrick Rose. What are you doing? Do you really want to do that to your star? Do you want to do that to the biggest star in Chicago?
Well, I guess they probably see it as where he wasn't showing loyalty or he wasn't controlling his family.
But you do that in-house, though. You do that in-house.
That's how it's supposed to be done.
You do that in-house.
But
granted, Reggie Rose did what he did, say what he said. You know what? Beat it, dude. You're nothing but a manager and a brother. We own an NBA franchise. I am Jerry Reinsdorf. I'll pull you to the side in-house. Listen, this is what's going on. This is what's going down.
Hey,
get it together.
Obviously,
you don't put it out there in the media.